Alright, so now we'll take a look at what arrays are and how we can use them. So the best way to understand what an array is to actually compare it with a variable. So here we have a variable, this is the data type, this is the name of the variable, and this is the value that the variable holds. So we could say that a variable can only hold one value, but arrays are different. An array can hold multiple values. The way we declare an array is the following way. We declare the data type, we open and close square brackets, and then we declare the name of the array. In this case, this array is called numbers. And when we want to assign the values to the array, we just have to open brackets, and then inside the brackets specify the values that we want to have inside the array. This array is of type int. So that means that the values that this array can hold can only be integer numbers or whole numbers. In this case, we can see that this array holds 5 numbers, 3, 56, 6, 123, and 7. We can also see that each element of the array has an index. So we could say that each element of the array has a position, and that position comes with an index. So for example, element number 3 has the index 0, number 56, index 1, and so on. So that is the main difference between an array and a variable, is that an array can hold multiple values. So for example, let's say that we wanted to print out our variable. We would just have to type print, and then inside the parentheses, we just have to put the name of the variable. But now let's say that we want to print an array. How do we print an array? So we would say the same thing, we would say print, and then inside the print statement we would write the name of the array, we would open square brackets, type in the index of the element that we want to print, and then close square brackets. So in this case we are printing element at index number 3. So which one of these elements would it be? Okay, if you guessed it right, it should be 123, because the element 123 is at index 3, and here we're specifying that we want to print the element at index 3. So here I have a challenge for you. It's a simple challenge. You have to create an array of type float with 8 elements and print each element to the console. Alright, so to do this challenge, we'll go to the Visual Studio. And inside Visual Studio, we'll create an array. So to declare an array, first we declare the type, so float. Then we have to open and close square brackets. Then we have to declare the name of the array. I'm going to call it my decimals. And then we have to assign a value. So not a value, in this case, we are going to assign 8 values. So we're going to open and close brackets. And then inside the brackets, we're going to specify the different float numbers that we want for an array. So I'm just going to make them up. So 2.3 f, remember to add the f suffix. It's very important that whenever you write a decimal in Visual Studio, you don't forget to add the f. Comma, I'll add a 5.6 for example. Let's add in a 23.78. I'm not going to do it very complicated. And 5.9. So how many do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 numbers. So as you can see, I have created an array of different numbers. So 2.3, 5.6, 23.78. These are all float numbers. So you have to put the f as a suffix. Okay, so now that we have every single element of the array, how do we actually print it out to the console? So we say print, and then inside the print statement, we type in first of all the name of the array. Then we open and close square brackets, and inside the square brackets we just type in the index of the element that we want to print. So we're going to print every single element. So we'll start with number 0, with index number 0, and we're going to just copy and paste this line of code 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we'll just change the index to 1, 2, 3, and so on. 4, 5, 6, 7. So this array, my decimal, has 8 elements, but the indexes go from 0 to the length of the array minus 1. So in this case, the indexes go from 0 to 7. 7 is the length of the array minus 1. You can think of it as that. Okay, so now we hit Ctrl S if we save the script and we go back to the Unity editor and we press play. we should see all of the elements that have been printed out to the console. So you can drag the console window like this, so you can make it bigger. And you can see 2.3, 5.6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect, we have all of the numbers printed out to the console, and all of these numbers belong to an array. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.